I got my boy waiting, to step up in here, and he trying to go blow for blow. I talk some trash about these Miami Heats. You know what I'm saying? And Dave said, "Yeah, put some respect on my name." So he said, "I'm gonna come on RBO and we could squabble out on there." So I'm about to bring my boy Dave up. So without further ado, he has his own show on the network, Dave's Doghouse. He's been killing it. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring up my guy, Davey Dollars. Oh.
What's happening, RBO Vaughn? How you doing, my guy?
Boy, how you feeling, man?
Hey, man, it's good to finally be able to talk about my Miami Heat.
Yes, sir.
A lot of stuff is going on in the off season. I've been pretty quiet, but I get a chance to finally say something. So, hey, I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show. You've been actually been killing it yourself. We see the numbers of the subscribers that we've been battling. We top 3, so we know exactly what's going on right now. So, hey, let's continue the competition. Let's keep growing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm glad to have you on, man. It's always an honor to have, especially a fellow member of the network. It's always an honor to talk some good ball. But before we get into that, we had a big trade that went down between the Cavaliers, the Nuggets, and the Clippers. So the Cavaliers ended up receiving one of the players I was vouching for. I'm trying to get him on Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a spot for him. But they ended up getting, excuse me, Peyton Watson from the Denver Nuggets. And Max Strus ends up going to the Clippers, and the Nuggets ended up getting the picks, and they ended up getting Julian Reese, which they say they're going to waive. The Wizards also ended up getting Trey Mann out of the deal. So it was a lot of little things that went on, but the biggest thing was the trade for Peyton Watson. That boy had a great year, and I think that he's really going to help the Cavaliers. They need somebody that's just going to help put the ball in the basket because they can't rely on Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. It seems like them boys.
You
gotta find them.
That's facts. Especially James Harden in the playoffs. You always gotta find him. You don't know where he's gonna be at. So that's facts. Peyton Watson definitely helps his team out a lot. Because he's gonna help on both ends of the floor. That's one thing a lot of people forget when it comes to James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. They're not defenders. They're not gonna stop a nosebleed. So you need someone else out there because you already got Jared Allen, you already got Evan Mobley, so you got 2 defenders out there. So you need another guy to help them defensively. They lost Dean Wade. Dean Wade went to Philly, so they needed someone else to help out there. And Dean Wade wasn't a great defender, but he was serviceable at what he did. He wasn't a terrible defender. So getting Peyton Watson definitely helps out defensively and scoring. I mean, the man could put up 20, 30 any night, honestly. So this definitely helps them for sure. And they were already contenders in the East, but this makes it even more.
Facts, man. Shout out to the Cavs, man. They made some type of move. I thought they was going to be stagnant, but I thought they was hoping for Braun to come, but they said Peyton to do.
So I mean, you got to show them that you're a champ, so they'd be all right without you.
All right, Dave, man, we got you here. Y'all made a big move this offseason, picking up Giannis, getting rid of Tyler Hero and a couple of other guys. So, go ahead and, talk to the people. First, let us know how you feel about the trade. And then I guess let us know. You feel like y'all contenders? Or y'all just doing things just to be back within the picture?
Okay. I like how you phrase that. So, I'll be honest. I was shocked that we actually got Giannis when I saw it go down because you know me. For everybody that don't know, I do all the sports news on the channel. So whenever you see anything from Refuse to Lose on Twitter, it's for me. Let me just let y'all know that now. However, well, like I said, I was shocked because all the signs were pointing to him going to Boston. Everyone kept saying that Miami wasn't in the deal, that Boston had the best chance, and he was more likely going to be there. Jaylen Brown was going to go to the Bucks, but that didn't happen. We ended up giving them the best package. We didn't give up a lot of first round picks, which shocked me because I thought we was gonna have to give up a lot more than that. We gave up Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Kel'el Ware, and the young point guard Jaspers. We gave up.
I be butchering that name, bro.
Look, I still be butchering. I thought I had it, and I was like, I'm gonna just try my best. So charge it to my head, not my heart. So we gave up a dynamic scorer when he's healthy, and Tyler Hero, and Jaime Jaquez, who I loved. That was probably the one person in that trade that I wanted to keep, honestly, because of what he can do on both ends of the floor and how he can create his own shot and how he can create shots for others. So that was probably the one person I really didn't want to give up. I knew we had to give up Kel'el Ware for him, so I was okay with that. Like I said, we didn't give up a lot of first round picks, so we still have some really good picks coming up soon. So if we wanted to make another move next year or something like that, we got enough space to do so. And we didn't give up the players we needed that still fit Miami Heat culture mold, because we're still a defensive team. Although last year we were second in the league in points per game. So that's one thing about Miami is that we've always been a really good, at least top 15 defensive team almost every single time.
Yeah.
Now, to get to the next question, do I think that we're contenders or we're just trying to get into being a contender? So I think since the roster is not fully finished yet, that we're still trying to become a contender. Do I think we can be contenders this year? Yes, I think we can be contenders this year, but I want to see how we finish the final two roster spots. Now, what I'm hearing is either DeMar DeRozan or Klay Thompson. Bradley Beal's gone. He already chose where he was going to go. Russell Westbrook retired, so Russ is not in the picture. It's basically Klay Thompson or DeMar DeRozan. That's pretty much what it's going to be. And I'm also hearing that we should probably get another big man. I'm thinking Nick Richards, possibly. I know he's still out there. That would help out as far as a defensive big to help out Bam and Giannis when they're not on the floor, or when one of the other ones are on the bench. I think what a lot of people are forgetting, or people not realizing, is that we have 4 people on the team that shot 39% or better last year.
From three?
From 3.
Okay.
Bobby Portis, Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Hardaway.
So we have 4 people that shot over 39% from 3 last year. Now, that is not to say that that's going to be consistent. However, based on what we did last year, seeing how they've dedicated that to their offseason workouts and what I've been seeing, I think they're at least going to be 35% or better. At least, I think. Bam has improved his shooting. I'm not saying he's going to be like Dirk Nowitzki and like that from 3. That's not what I'm saying. Y'all know me when it comes to Bam. I've always been honest about him and how he is as a player. But he improved drastically from 3 last year than what he has been his entire career. So I think people at least have to be honest with him if he's out there shooting, if he's on the perimeter. I think with Giannis being there, we're going to be a top 5 defensive team. A lot of people don't realize that 4 of the 5 starters are really good defenders. If you look at Giannis, Bam, Andrew Wiggins, and Davion Mitchell, that's going to be a scary team to play against defensively, because one thing about Eric Spoelstra, he knows how to fit stars into a team that are defenders. Because look at what happened when LeBron came. We were a top 5, top 10 defensive team when LeBron came down here. When we went and got Shaq, after Wade's second year, we were a top 10 defensive team. And that's before Spo was even a coach. Pat Riley had to come down because Stan Van Gundy was messing up. So Pat Riley became the coach, but Eric Spoelstra was on the staff. So Eric Spoelstra seen that. And I honestly believe that we're going to be true contenders next year. I think we're still going to be maybe a top 5 team this year, depending on how the roster fits out. Because you still look at Philly, of course, it's going to be up there. The Knicks are going to be up there. The Cavaliers are going to be up there. But if you look at all the other teams, I think we're right there with them. I don't think we don't have the talent that Philly has. Honestly, I mean, they got LeBron, Maxey, Brown, they got Simons on the bench. They got a lot. They got a lot. They got Embiid still, so it's a lot to deal with. Now, if you look at other teams and like Detroit didn't improve on what they did last year. They stayed the same old guy, maybe a little worse. They did go and get John.
I think so.
They did go and get John Collins, but they didn't improve much, which is why when Carl had made that statement about us having more TV time, I mean, well, we went and got Giannis. Y'all didn't really do anything.
True.
And it's Miami. So it makes sense for Miami to have more TV time. People want to see that because Giannis is on a brand new team. He's still a top 5 player in the NBA. Yes, he has been hurt the last couple of years, but he's still a top 5 player in the NBA. I mean, in the last he's number 1 in points, rebounds, 20-point games, 30-point games, 20-10 games, 30-10 games. I mean, Giannis is still one of those guys, and he won a championship and a Finals MVP within the last decade. So he's 5 years removed from his championship. So it's been a while, but Giannis is still Giannis. So he's still going to be able to do what he needs to do. So I think that we are on the verge of becoming contenders, but we're not there just yet. I don't think we're going to have a bad year either. I don't think we're going to be a play-in team like we were the last few years because, yes, we don't have Norman Powell anymore, but Norman Powell was only there last year. He's not like he was there forever. He was there for 1 year. Right. Tyler Hero is gone, but Tyler Hero hasn't been healthy. He's been in and out. And Tyler Hero has shown, even with him being healthy, he ain't the guy he's not the guy. There was a series against Boston where he was supposed to be the guy, and he got shut down. He got strapped. He couldn't do anything. So there it is. And that's no hate against Tyler Hero. He just wasn't the guy. He's a good scorer, but he can't be your number 2 or number 1, in my opinion. He has to be at least your third best player in order for you to be successful because when Jimmy Butler was there, he was the third best player. It was Jimmy, Bam, Tyler Hero.
Right.
So in order for you to be successful, that's what you need. And Jimmy wasn't a superstar. He just had a superstar moments in the playoffs.
Right.
With Giannis, I think that's changed drastically. I think we're at least going to be a 50-win team this year. At least I think we won 43 games last year. And that was without having a superstar. That's with all the injuries we had. And that's with us having being number 1 in pace last year. It's something that you never hear about Miami Heat. But Eric Spoelstra just knows how to adjust his team no matter what he has around him. And I think I think some people don't forget that we have Eric Spoelstra as our head coach and think that since we only got Giannis, people forget that we got Bobby Portis on the team as well. So we didn't just get Giannis. Bobby Portis comes over. He's a good defender, and he's a good shooter as well. So I think that we're on the verge of being contenders, but we're not there just yet.
So let me ask you this. Fourth quarter, close game. Who taking y'all home?
It's going to be Giannis. It's going to have to be. He's a superstar. Giannis is the guy.
You think he's capable of that, though, like on a night-to-night basis of closing? You think he's a closer? Let me ask you that.
Do I think Giannis is a closer? No, because when he was in Milwaukee, the closer was Chris Middleton.
Now listen,
so I don't think he is a closer, but he will have to be the closer. We don't have a guy on the team right now, as the team is constructed, to say that they're closer. Oh, Wiggins maybe, but I don't think he. Yeah. I don't think he is that guy anymore. I mean, he's still
on a good night. He can close. I get it. Yeah,
on a good night.
When you brought up DeMar DeRozan, you were speaking my language. I think that's what y'all need, a guy like that. Now, the Norman Powell thing, I'm not gonna lie. Norman Powell, I got this. Shout out to Draymond. He said Brown had 83 points. He the closer. He better close his mouth talking about that game. That's what he need to close. Talking about that smack.
They got to stop asking him questions. They keep asking him every single time. They stop asking him. That's what I be wanting. I want him to be quiet, but they keep asking him. So I was like, all right, I guess you have to answer it. But
yeah, you do. That was funny. See, this is the thing for me. I felt like y'all dropped the ball a little bit because I feel like re-signing a guy like a Norman Powell with what y'all have now, that makes y'all contenders, bruh.
See,
That makes y'all contenders.
the thing is, I can agree, but you have to look at the situation that we were in at that time. The situation is we had to go get Giannis, which means with getting him, that's that puts more money on the books for us.
Bobby Portis came with him. That's what messed you up.
That too, but not even that. Wiggins' contract. Wiggins had a player option.
Yeah.
If he didn't lock into that and he just took a deal, then we would have been able to sign Norman Powell. But he locked into that contract, so that made us. We didn't have the money to offer him. So
what about your boy Jovic? Y'all can't move him.
Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. Vaughn, you've known me long enough. Since he's been on the team, how many times have I been trying to get rid of him?
Yeah, you have.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. I think the only team that wants him now is the Dallas Mavericks, but we're not trading him for Klay Thompson. I'm sorry, Klay Thompson is still a really good shooter. Don't get me wrong, but we're not trading a young piece for Klay Thompson where he can be bought out. What would be the point in that? That makes no sense. And if he doesn't get bought out, okay, we can go sign somebody else. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Like I said, we have enough players on the team that shot over 39% from three. People say we need shooters, but we have guys. We have competent shooters on the team. So that's one. People keep saying that. They don't. That's how I know they didn't watch Miami last year. But I wanted Norman Powell to come back. The situation just didn't come up for us for that to be possible. It was mainly because of Andrew Wiggins' contract. If he didn't opt into his contract, then Norman Powell would be with Miami, because I know that they would have at least talked to him to offer him a contract.
Wiggins getting $30 million this year.
Exactly. And when the deal came, when he got the extension, I was like, okay, good, we good. And they was like, no. He signed it. He opted in, then got the contract. I was like, oh, come on, that was pointless. He said he saved his money for next year. Why not save his money for this year and next year? But
because next year he only getting 16, yeah. But that's still 30 mil. I ain't gonna lie, if I Wiggins, I gotta get my 30 mil too. You feel me?
I understand. I'm taking my 30 mil as well. But
so it sounds like this. Sound like y'all said, you know what, Power, we love you, but we need Giannis. So we're gonna have to, and that's crazy because that's what Norman Powell said in the interview. He like, I felt like it was like, we gotta, if you want Giannis, you gotta take Portis. And I felt like after that happened, that messed up the deal. Because he said y'all were in talks, things were sounding good, but soon that happened, that's when things was like, we can't make that happen no more,
It was just impossible. It was impossible with Giannis and Bobby coming over and Andrew Wiggins signing opting to his contract. It was like, all right, well, we can't get him.
Yeah, it sucks that Jovic has this contract. Like, when did y'all? Oh, y'all extended his rookie contract.
Yeah,
4 years, $62 million.
Why we did that, I don't know. It made absolutely no sense to me. But
there's no options though.
I will say in the 2024-2025 season, he shot over 37% from three. So they thought that was going to improve the next season. So I understood it, but I saw the traits. I was like, he's not consistent enough to get the next contract. I would have made him fight for another contract before I just gave it to him. That's just me.
Yeah, I know you're not a big fan of Brian.
No, I want him to be good, but he just hasn't shown it to me. I would have rather kept Jaime Jaquez and traded Nikola Jovic.
I agree with you on that. Last year he shot 26.9% from three.
Exactly. Yeah, I got them numbers in my head. That's how I knew when you was about to say the number. He shot terribly last year. He was a shell of himself from the year before.
J-Mo said, y'all keeping Powell would have been great for this team. They need a very good perimeter creator alongside Bam and Giannis. That's a fact. Now, listen, your point guard, I love the guy. Davion Mitchell, the man, he came a long way, I feel like, offensively in the NBA. We knew he could score in college, but in the NBA, he first came out as just a defender. But now he a pretty good point guard. He'd be getting like a lot of 10 assist games, 8 assist games. Probably top 5 perimeter defender in the league. We already know that. Defense is not a problem. He can hit the three, you know. Who y'all gonna start the two? Tim Hardaway, maybe?
More than likely, until we figure out who else we're gonna sign. If we sign DeMar DeRozan, then DeMar DeRozan is gonna start. More than likely.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably the best move for y'all. It's gonna be DeMar DeRozan got some thinking to do.
It's a battle though, because Denver is trying to sign him too.
So. Denver trying to get him too. I'm hip. I kind of like him more with y'all, to be honest. You know, Denver has Jokic, who dominates the ball a lot,
and Jamal Murray.
So I think with y'all, I think he will help y'all a lot more than them because they got Jokic. Jokic can close and get buckets, and Murray. You know, they need more off-ball guys that's gonna do stuff off the ball. I think DeMar DeRozan is a guy that he can relieve pressure off of everybody, especially if he's coming in off starting or even off the bench. You know. Late in the game, even if he's not a guy that's going to average 25, he can give you, a couple buckets down the stretch. He can slow the game down for you, so Giannis ain't having to do all the work. And another guy, Bam. I mean, dude, what they gonna say? You dropped 83, bro. You got a pretty decent mid-range. I be seeing players in the league say, Bam one of the best one-on-one players in the league. It's hard to stop Bam.
Everybody said it. Beasley done said it. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Everybody has said it. I'm just like, why don't I see this on a nightly basis then? But I thought about it too, though. I know why I don't see it on a nightly basis. It's Spo. Spo would rather him be the point forward than him just be a dynamic scorer. Because there's been plenty of nights I've seen him go off. Even the game at 83, before he had 83, I think he had 60 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Like he was balling the whole game. The Wizards couldn't stop him. He was cooking them from three. He was driving the ball on them. They couldn't stop him at all. And he was strapping. So he was good on both ends of the floor. And that's the thing is Bam can be a top. Bam can be Bam has the ability to average 25 and 12 on any night. He has the ability to do that as a 6'9" forward center.
Now maybe this right here, and Giannis, because Giannis can check centers, and centers normally be on Giannis. Now I think that this might bring out the best out of Bam, though. Him not having to check all the bigs all the time. Giannis is down there helping out doing with that, and he's even matched up with smaller defenders. He can take advantage of that. So we're looking for Bam to have a big year this year. We're looking for Bam to it should be a Bam Giannis show. Damn great.
Hit boy, hilarious. We already said we're not getting the nasty. I'm sorry, but that would have been something. I ain't gonna lie. I would find them.
You don't want all that on the bench. He'd be wilding on the bench. Yeah,
he do. No. Spo would have had to calm him down. Send him to the shower, really.
But I think this might bring the best out of Bam. Now that's who I got my spotlight on for this season is Bam Adebayo. Now Giannis, I've been watching Giannis. Like I said, like last year in Milwaukee, I wasn't impressed. He seemed like the same old player to me. Just a downhill killer. He hasn't really expanded his midi that much. He can hit some middies, but it's not consistent. So we're on the same page then, Dave. I don't think y'all gonna be scrubs. I don't think y'all are true contenders at this very moment. So I feel like y'all are making the necessary steps to get back within that contention with an actual superstar this time.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we haven't had since Brown. We haven't had a true superstar. Like I said, we went and when we got Jimmy, everyone was counting us out. Oh, y'all not gonna be able to make the playoffs. Y'all might not gonna get out of the first round. And that was totally different. We went to the finals the first year he was there. I mean, it was the bubble, but I mean, Braun and them made it there. I don't take anything away from Braun and them making the bubble and winning a championship. A lot of NBA players said that was the hardest championship to win. That was the hardest competition because there's no crowd noise. There's you just out there balling. This is you against them. So, and then we made it another year when we were the 8th seed. So I know what these guys are capable of. I know what this coach can do. I know what Spo can do. Spo to me, outside of Steve Kerr, and I have my criticism of Steve Kerr. I think Spo is the best coach in the league because of what he can do, the way he can win with any team. We've seen him win 41 games in the second half of a season with I can't remember his freaking name, man. I can't remember his name. I just know he made a shot against Golden State that year for us to win that game. I'm blanking on his name. But spoken with any roster. You seen him win with Dwayne Wade before Bron got there. You seen him win with Dwayne Wade when Bron got there. You seen him win with Wade and Bosh before Bosh had the blood clash the year LeBron left. That's why I tell a lot of people you can't compare Miami Heat to all the teams LeBron left because Miami Heat were still a good team. It's just that Bosh didn't get those blood clots.
Right.
We would have been a playoff team. You couldn't have put us in that situation because Wade and Bosh were still having pretty good years after LeBron had left.
That's facts.
And I mean, Spo did it with Jimmy Butler as his best player and having defenders come over there, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, players that have barely been able to do anything anywhere else. Now, Strus has contributed with the Cavaliers, but he's not what he was when he's with Miami. Caleb Martin, he's been the same since he left. He's been with multiple different teams. So, and Miami Heat players, when they go to other teams, they don't really do well. Even when Wade left and went to Chicago, he wasn't that good with Chicago or Cleveland.
No, he was. We know. Believe that. I felt bad for my man for a second.
I did too. I said he should have never left, but I understood. Miami wasn't giving him the money he deserved. So
yeah, because y'all was underpaying him all his career, right?
Just about. He took a pay cut to him and Braun took a pay cut for Bosh to come and for Udonis Haslem to stay on the team.
Because he never got a max deal with y'all, right?
Never got a max deal.
Hey man, that's the Heat, man. You know, hey, we're on the same page though, Dave. You know what I'm saying? You know, after hearing what you had to say, I kind of agree with a lot of your points. I do think y'all are going to be very formidable defensively. Oh my goodness, that's going to be crazy for some teams. They're gonna have to hope y'all start Tim Hardaway and they're gonna have to attack him or something because everybody else out there dogs on defense. So that's one real good point you made right there for sure. All right, man. You got anything else you want to add about your Heat?
Hey man, only thing I can say is watch out for Giannis going for an MVP this year. I feel like I'm not saying he's going to win MVP, but I feel like he has that mentality and that attitude that he wants that because he got shut down last year when he didn't want to get shut down. He wanted to come back and play, and Milwaukee was like, no. They said they shut him down and said, no, we need you to just relax. We're gonna trade you this all season. That's what happened, and now you're in Miami. People are down Miami now. People think that Miami's gonna be a playing team. I heard someone say that had a mic. I don't know. I don't even remember who this guy podcast was, but he said that the Miami Heat are not going to be a top 10, a top 15 defensive team this year.
Oh, he is crazy.
I said, serious? I said, we were a top 15 team defensively last year without Giannis. We added Giannis, and you think the defense is going to get worse? That just didn't make sense. So
that's crazy. He tripping. Him and Bam down there, yeah. With Wiggins and Mitchell up top, yeah.
And the thing is, we have three of those players can check at least 4 or 5 positions. Wiggins can check 1 through 4. Bam can check 1 through 5. Giannis can also check 1 through 5. They both have done it. Kyrie has said that the toughest guy that defends him is Bam.
Yeah, Bam is a really good defender. He can defend 1 through 5. He is very good, very versatile. You got a lot of guys like that. Him, Wiggins, and Giannis are guys that can check multiple positions. And then Mitchell, he got any guard on lock. I mean,
any guard on lock. Yeah, so you ain't gonna have no easy. You're not having no easy night with Davion Mitchell out there.
You know, the number 1 pick, AJ, he said he went up against Davion in the practice. He said hey y'all, the straps is real. He said he's strong as I don't know what, and he don't foul. It was fun. I said, yeah, that's when you know you got you a good defender right there, man. All right, Dave, man. You know, like I said, man, we're on the same page. I'm glad you came on. You know, you let me know what you're talking about. You know, now I understand where you're coming from. You know, I thought you was gonna come on here and say y'all the contenders. I was about to say, all right, Dave.
Nah, man, come on, Ron.
Put the drink down, Dave. I'll get you.
I'm too realistic, man. You know me. I'm not the one that's gonna come out there and say all this crazy stuff. I'm too realistic when it comes to my team. I always got certain reasons, and I pull out facts and all that. You know me. I don't talk crazy that much, unless I'm just trying to joke around.
Right. Some people, you know, you can't do that kind of stuff. They take everything serious or literal, I must say. Well, you know, I ain't gonna go there. But, you know,